Salvia. Friend or foe? Find out tonight on Mysterious Mysteries. Hello, and thank you for tuning in on tonight's edition of Mysterious Mysteries. I'm Fernando, and tonight's topic, Salvia. And with more on this topic, here's the lovely Viviana Flores. Take it over, Viviana.
Now, drug name for salvia, or scientific name, is Salvia divinorum. The common names for this are yerba maria, salvia, Mary, and sheep herding. Biochemistry. There are various ways for this drug to enter the body. Two of the most common ways are by smoking salvia and chewing it. What happens when the drug reaches its target? Well, you get loss of physical coordination, uncontrollable laughter, visual alterations or visions, experiencing multi-realities, a contemplative sense of peace, experiencing sense of flying, floating, twisting or turning, and becoming inanimate objects. Now over to Fernando with the history on salvia.
And now for the history of salvia. Salvia was used by botanic witch doctors in the Americas several hundred years ago for medical purposes. The doctors would fall into a trance in which they would see the procedures that were necessary to cure their patients. The drug/plant was brought into the modern world in the 1960s by R. Gordon Wasson, and later in the 1990s it was experimented on by Daniel Siebert, and because of that we have the plant as we know it today. Now the LD50, its potency is unique at 250 micrograms. It is important to measure the dose precisely, otherwise there is a likely chance of overdose. Now back to Viviana with a special insight report on salvia.
And now we're gonna interview some daily salvia users on their first time trip. So Mr. Vivian, would you care to elaborate your first salvia trip?
Salvia trip? Well, it was really weird because I took it and at first I didn't really feel anything. I felt all warm and stuff, and then I started getting dizzy. And then all of a sudden my whole surroundings started spinning around really fast and I blacked out for a moment. And then when I woke up, I was in a rainforest, but juicier. And then, some giant spirit monkey thing came up and it told me that I was a snake and that I belong up in the trees. So I started crawling and then I heard a river. And then I kept crawling and I went under a rock and it hit me in the head. So then I was like, ow. And then I went up to a flower and I smelt it and I started laughing in my face, so I laughed back. And the flower told me something before I woke up.
And that was?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Thank you.
Instead over easy.
Mr. Chiden, would you care to elaborate on your first salvia trip?
Sure. My first salvia trip was pretty amazing. It felt really good, but at the same time you could see horrible things. My recollection was that I saw a bunch of clouds, and as the clouds came at me, they told me to become one with the clouds. So I turned into a cloud and I felt like I was floating around. And it was amazing because just that sensation you feel throughout your body. But at the same time, you can't control yourself. It's just you can't control the way your arms move around, you can't control the way your body is, and you just can't. I had convulsions. That's how bad it was. But it was really amazing. It felt really good.
Alright, thank you.
You're welcome.
Quick question. Why would you choose to do the salvia in the restroom instead of choosing a safe place at home or a safe environment where you can't harm yourself or others?
Well, my reason is that since that was my first time using salvia, I really didn't think too much about it. I just thought, I'm going to do salvia. I can't wait to do it. I didn't think about maybe I should do it at home so I won't harm myself or others. I just thought I really want to feel this sensation, so I don't care where I do or when it is, I just want it now. And that's why I did it in the bathroom.
Mr. Vivian?
Oh, what was the question?
Why would you choose to do salvia in the restroom other than a safe environment where you can't harm yourself or others?
The bathroom is a safe environment because people, first of all, are a little sketchy about it because they're like, ooh, that was a crazy person. So me doing all that stuff and they're like, oh no, I'm not gonna go in there, it's a crazy person. So not only is it safe, but it's cool. And you see, the bathroom is a threshold for everything. That's like the cradle of life. Like Mother Earth called me there, centered me right there, just like a deer.
So you don't know?
No, I just told you why.
Okay, thank you. As you can see, we have provided you with some first-time Salvia users. They gave us some vivid descriptions of their first Salvia trip, and they gave us a lot of good descriptions. Now we're going to give you a dramatization of a Salvia trip, of an example of a Salvia trip, and we please ask that you don't try this at home or at all.